I want to encourage and remind the residents and citizens of the city of Muskegon Heights to be mindful of people who are coming into our neighborhood and creating more chaos and more confusion. More specifically, I'm speaking about people who are coming through here with cameras recording. We're most definitely been on the spotlight since the raid of our city hall. And you have people coming through here trying to create content for their social media platforms and their news platforms. All of they're not accredited news platforms. They're not legalized media outlets. They're just people out here just trying to create a name for themselves. And they're coming in once again, taking advantage of what's going on here. And we've experienced enough of that. So I would encourage folks and remind you, just to be mindful. And you see people doing that, excuse them, call them out on that. Hey, get out of here recording. Yep, that's your First Amendment right, but you're being disrespectful. There it is, families and people going about their day-to-day business. People, children are out here. Whatever is going on, there's a certain amount of privacy that, people are allotted to. Your First Amendment right can get you in trouble. Now, if we're such a dangerous city and we're a piece of crap and all this other stuff that people have been saying and reporting, why would you risk coming through here doing that? Don't do it. You create an unsafe space for yourself. Because as citizens, we do have a right to defend ourselves and protect ourselves and our homes. Our children are out here. We're out here about our day-to-day business, and you're just riding through here, recording, making content for yourself, making news for yourself. We have a news outlet, Block Paper Weekly. He takes care of us. Whatever needs reported, he reports it. He keeps us up to date. So News 8, Channel 13, whoever else they come through and report, they go to their designated places, wherever that is, or wherever the issue or something may be happening. City Hall, if there's a fire, they're at that point or whatever else. They're not riding through here just putting cameras in people's faces. And when they do report, they will ask you, do you want to be on camera? You're just riding through here, just creating content. You creating your own news platform, and you're not going to use us to do that. So I encourage all the citizens of Muskegon Heights to continue to, check people on that. You see someone doing that, correct them on it. Send them out of here. Yeah, we can do it without being aggressive, without being violent. But at the same time, we don't warrant disrespect, aggression, or violence from somebody else. Coming through here yelling, I got my First Amendment right, I can record this, that, and the other. Yeah, to a point. You don't violate people's space. You don't violate their privacy. Doesn't matter if you're on the street. Doesn't matter if you're on the sidewalk and that's a public area. You still just don't record people just because you have a First Amendment right to do that. You also have a right to do something else. And I won't speak that by it being on camera. The video will get dropped for that. So don't create an unsafe space for yourself. Don't do that. If we're dangerous, so many comments that I've seen, heard, and read, what is that? In regards to people making statements in regards to Muskegon Heights, I wouldn't ride through there, or only ride through there because I have to go to work. Or if I make sure I ride around on the causeway or around the outskirts of Muskegon Heights, I wouldn't dare go in there. Okay. If that be the case, why are you coming through here? A lot of those things that we are in the spotlight about, a lot of you from the outside, you come in here, you do that same dirt, and then you leave and go back to where you live, and then you run your mouth and you talk. How about you just stay where you are? We are a city who are healing from the inside. And part of our healing from the inside is keeping people from the outside away. And it ain't just white people doing it. There's other folks that look like me that's doing it as well. And we have plenty of white people who live here and mind their business. Those white people who come from the outside creating havoc, you making it look bad for them. Because now we don't know who is who. You can call out an address all day and say, yeah, I live on the east, I live on the west, but you lying. You making the bed for the white folks who here that's minding their business. Those people who look like me coming from the outside, coming in here trying to create content for yourself, trying to establish yourself a news outlet. No. Don't do that. How you going to come at your own people? How you trying to come up on the downfall of somebody who looks like you? Yeah, our city has trouble. It has problems. Just with every other city. Ours is more publicized. Ours is on the spotlight. Ours is highlighted. Don't take advantage of that. Don't try to come up off of us, your own people. Don't do that. So if our citizens who live here, I encourage you and I remind you again, continue to call those people out on it. Correct them. Don't come through here filming for your content. Don't come through here trying to build up your news outlet. Don't do that. We covered. Block Weekly, he got us covered on that. We keep each other covered on whatever. We live here, we recording some. Yeah, it's for purposes of our own. If it's made public, fine. Say what you want to say outside of here. But don't come inside with that. This is our home. We live here. How would you like it if we came to your home and done that? We come out to your communities recording, saying this, saying that. We don't have time for it because we got enough to deal with right here. So for those of you who come from the outside, coming in here trying to cause confusion, I encourage you, stop doing that. You coming from the outside, coming in, trying to build up a social media platform for yourself, trying to build up your news outlet, I encourage you not to do that. And for those of us who live here, again, I encourage and remind you, when you see people doing that, correct them. We can do it without being aggressive. We can do it without being violent. But most definitely, protect yourself, protect your home, protect your family. But call those people out on them. Correct that on that. It's one of those things that we have to fix. That is a part of our healing. Y'all have a good day.